Howdy fellas, I hope you've been doing well. The weather's been a little bit cold, chilly and damp here lately. Hadn't seen the sun a lot in a few days. Kind of works on your mood just a little bit. I'm moving right along on the old Hickory knife redo. I think I mentioned there's 5 knives in that set, and I've got the 8-inch boning knife rescaled, pinned, glued, and cut down to the tang. And you can see that's a dark piece of wood right there, and let me tell you, that stuff is hard as Chinese arithmetic. I wore a sanding belt out on my 1-inch belt sander on that thing, so it must be sugar maple. And you can see on this 7-inch butcher knife how much lighter that wood is than that one. So it's 2 different pieces of wood. When you're ordering your scales, that's one of the problems that you run into. You're at the mercy of what they send you. Now these are just the regular curly maple. It wasn't a premium curly maple like some of them that you've seen me build. For instance, this one, that's some of their premium curly maple. But a lot of times you'll get a real nice piece of wood. This right here, when you wet it down, has got some really good tight striping on it, curl. It's going to look good. And I've got this one, as you can see, it's just pinned and glued, and it's not shaped down to the tang yet, so I've got quite a bit of work to do on it. I'm in no hurry. Now what I'm going to do this time, I usually use Birchwood Casey's True Oil, but I've been seeing this genuine oil advertised. It is supposed to give a more satin finish, not nearly. This is kind of glossy, just a little bit. Not terrible. You can take steel wool and rub that back some if you want to. But this is supposed to be a more satin finish. The only problem, the True Oil dries in 2 to 4 hours if you don't use a very heavy coat. If you do, like to recommend, and use a lighter coat, it would generally dry in about 4 hours. A lot of times the 3rd or 4th coat, sometimes you'll have to let it dry overnight, but this genuine oil says it's supposed to dry 12 to 24 hours. So I'm thinking it's more like boiled linseed oil with not as much dryers and stuff in it, hardeners. So what it's doing is taking longer to set up, harden, and dry. But anyway, we're going to try that out and see how it works. We'll work along on these 2 right here. I may not make a ton of videos on them. I may come back when I get one of them finished and show you that stage of it and move on to something else. What I'll be getting into now is I'll clamp this blade in this vise, and I will start taking my strip of 1-inch belt and rounding those edges off that knife until I get it to where it feels good in the hand. To me, that's my trademark. It feels good in your hand. It doesn't feel sharp, and it feels thinner than it really is, because I don't take them down this way. I give them the feel of being thinner because they're well rounded. Now, they're not round by no means, but they're still flat on the sides. But they fit your hand real good. At least they do mine. If you got a smaller hand, it may not. But anyway, I want to thank you for watching, commenting, subscribing if you like what you see. And as always, God bless you. Keep your powder dry, and mind your top knot, Pilgrim.